The kitchen was a poor-looking place, with the exception of the dark-eyed woman's chair, which looked like a solid relic of luxury, bought at a country auction. The furniture was of the roughest kind. 3 coarse china plates and a broken-nosed milk jug had been set on a greasy table scored with knife cuts, and a couple of straw-bound chairs and a kitchen dresser of unpainted pine stood meagerly against the plaster walls.
"My, it's cold here. The fire must be most out,"
Frome said, glancing about him apologetically. The tall woman, who had moved away from us toward the dresser, took no notice, but the other, from her cushioned niche, answered complainingly in a high, thin voice.
"It's only just been made up this very minute. Zena fell asleep and slept ever so long, and I thought I'd be frozen stiff before I could wake her up and get her to tend to it."
Her companion, who was just coming back to the table with the remains of a cold mince pie and a battered pie dish, set down her unappetizing burden without appearing to hear the accusation brought against her. Frome stood hesitatingly before her as she advanced. Then he looked at me and said,
"This is my wife, Miss Frome."
After another interval, he added, turning toward the figure in the armchair,
"And this is Miss Maddie Silver."
I then saw Miss Hale leaving. She told me how she had seen Maddie right after the accident and how Maddie was to be her bridesmaid that spring. She talked of how when Zena heard of the incident, she took Maddie back in and Zena's sicknesses somehow vanished when she had to take care of them. Miss Hale said it was a pity Maddie had lived. And then Miss Hale told me,
"I don't see there's much difference between the Fromes up at the farm and the Fromes down in the graveyard, except that down there they're all quiet, and the women have got to hold their tongues."